Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The first comic book in the U.S. appeared back in 1934, and not much has changed since the first one was introduced until now.
Soon you could read your favorite graphic novel on your cell phone, thanks to a Westminster graduate student. Fox 13's Brett Benson has more.
A local grad student is changing how comic books are created and read. Now any comic book can be found with the touch of a button. The reader could also decide who lives and who dies.
There's not a lot of people doing this type of media right now. Like I said, even the big companies are struggling with this.
Faculty at Westminster College use the words innovative, creative, and genius to describe Chris Hoffman.
What I wanted to do is I've seen a lot of comic books nowadays, like Marvel and the big names, are taking their comic books and they're trying to figure out how to use new media like computers and iPads and iPhones.
Chris has taken it one step further with his own comic book, Banana Panic.
It is about a international super spy who actually fights crime and terrorism and disease all over the world and is always the guy that gets the girl, very James Bond-esque.
But Coco the monkey would have to play him in the movie, if one gets made.
He just happens to be a talking monkey.
He's taking Simon and pushing the limits on what is the classic comic book. And now there's an app for it on the iPad and the iPhone.
I can do a print version for traditional comic book collectors, but then I can also do a electronic version that gives people more than a print version ever could.
Living up to the word innovative, he's also created a way for the reader to take control of the story.
What I want to try to do is make a way that people could tell the story any way that they wanted to. So instead of me starting at the beginning and moving through the middle to the end, what I'd really like to do is see people interact with the story where they could pick a character, learn more about that person, see their background. But the real innovation from here is when we created the Create Your Own Panel part of this. So you can come in here and pick a background and then pick a bunch of stickers. And these characters, you can bring them in, you can make them larger and move them around.
Chris may change the face or pages of the comic book industry.
As I've started to get more out there with this medium, I'm starting to get emails from lots of independent artists that are telling me that's fascinating. I'd love to know how to do this. What I'd like to do is actually move this into like a community so that hopefully anybody who wants to get their work out and published, that it'll be easy enough for them to do on their own.
Chris is currently working on the third issue of Banana Panic while he's finishing up his master's in communication. From the newsroom, Brett Benson, Fox 13 News, Utah.